like all of my Amazon products across all the different marketplaces, it's a mixed bag. So there are some products that I am selling in Australia that are doing really, really well. Some that are kind of just, breaking even / they may be making a few dollars a month kind of stuff, but certainly nothing to get excited about. And then other products that are complete bust and are really shithouse and not doing anything at all. So, and that's the same, not just in Australia, but that's the same across every single one of my marketplaces that I sell in. 8 marketplaces I sell in now. So, some of them really, really going gangbusters. Some of them are just okay, and others are just shit ass. And I think that's going to be the case for the foreseeable future for Amazon, because I think that's just normal. But as a marketplace, how is it doing? And that's probably a different question. So as a marketplace, I can tell you that it is, out of all the markets that I sell in, it's by percentage terms, my fastest growing marketplace in terms of revenue that's coming into my business. So looking at each marketplace separately, Amazon Australia, Amazon in India, which is my second fastest growing one, Amazon.com, which is my slowest one in terms of speed of growth. It's quite a mature market. So Amazon Australia, fastest growing one, closely followed by Amazon in India. So I still have high expectations for Amazon in Australia. Like if we go to SimilarWeb, let me just pull this up. Can we get rid of that? Yeah, we can get rid of that. Let's go there. Yeah, I'll give you a link, guys, a link to this here. So you've got it, send to all. So this is SimilarWeb. It's awesome. Does really, really cool stuff. And I'll show you a couple of different ones actually. So we'll just go through it. But this is Amazon.com. This is June 2019, so last month. It's going up in the ranks, which is always good news. So last time I checked, which is about 2 months ago, it was at number 64 in the country rank for websites. So it's basically doubled the amount of traffic it's getting, according to SimilarWeb anyway, in that 2-month period. So 18 million people. Let's just scroll down because this is all interesting stuff. Here's some interesting things though that you may not have realized. This is where the referrals traffic is coming from. So where the original point of entry is before they get to Amazon.com. And you can see that Oz Bargains is actually one of the biggest referrers of traffic to Amazon.com.au. So if you know what Oz Bargains is, that's basically a coupon clipping site. So that ought to tell us that it's a very, very good idea to be using Oz Bargains to be hosting our coupons, which is something I'm doing. So if you're not doing that, you may want to undertake that. Something kind of cool. Anything else we can get? Oh, and the other thing here, which I like, really interesting as well for Amazon Australia specifically, YouTube, hello Inner Circle members, YouTube is the highest referring social media platform to Amazon in Australia, followed by Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, and Instagram, which is very, very interesting. That changes for each country, of course. That changes. So it's growing. There's no doubt about it. It is not. Let's just pull up eBay and go, and I'll show you eBay. eBay, I think, is doing much more website traffic, but eBay's kind of plateaued. It's not growing anymore. It's just kind of plateaued out now. But you can see, look, this is why Sue Josephson is absolutely right. You have to be selling on both if you're in Australia. It doesn't really matter where you are, actually. You should be selling on both. It's crazy not to. Number 5, and in terms of the traffic, well, what was 18 and change? So 5 times more traffic going to eBay currently than Amazon. However, that's been very, very consistent whereas Amazon's growing. So, and if you look at traditionally what happens, of course, then traditionally what happens is Amazon comes into a marketplace, and over time, certainly within 5 years, they dominate. They become the dominant player. They do it in all marketplaces. eBay is a plateaued website, so it's not growing anymore, whereas Amazon is growing. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be on it. I still think you should be on it for sure. for sure. So they're your two plays, I think, for Australia. And anecdotally as well, I will also say, like if you look at what's happening in the Aussie online entrepreneurs, for instance, here's a post from Daniela and Steve and Jenny in Melbourne. How are you guys? Oops, I'm going to send that to everybody. So this is from Daniela, and you'll see this in the AOE members area. You know, anecdotally, I'm starting to see a lot more folks now saying that as their Amazon Australia sales are picking up. So this is Daniela doing $2,000 that particular month on Amazon in Australia, which is not to be sneezed at all. And clearly that's growing for her, which is fantastic. She's doing some great stuff, Daniela. She's a real action taker, which is awesome. So anecdotally, we can see it's growing as well. And I also think, and I'll kind of go into this a little bit more with some of the other questions, that it still represents the best opportunity out of all the marketplaces. I still believe that Amazon Australia represents the best opportunity, simply by virtue of the fact that it's such a ground floor opportunity for us. I keep saying opportunity a lot. Such a ground floor. You're in at the beginning, dominate the keywords, own all that real estate, yada, yada, yada. That's solid gold to have. That's really solid gold to have. So I think that's fantastic. So Lisa, hope that helps. Not sure if it does, but I hope it does. Where does traffic come from eBay? Well, you can go and have a look. Just go have a look on Simla's web. You can go and see what's happening. What is your prediction for what will happen between eBay and Amazon in Australia? I believe it will do what it does in all marketplaces. Think of it like this. Like in Australia, you want to go shopping. You either go to Coles or Woolies, or you maybe go one of the smaller ones, okay? But the big two are Coles and Woolies. And all markets can, generally speaking, sustain 2 to 3 big competitors. Think of, we're talking about Macs earlier, for instance. So Mac versus PC, for instance. That's 2 competitors that have dominated and nobody else can kind of get in. It's the same for most things. Most businesses have a similar kind of thing. 2 or 3 big competitors tend to dominate, and you choose one of those two entities to go and do your business with. And I suspect that will be the same with eBay as well. There are people who love shopping on eBay and only shop on eBay. There are people who love shopping on Amazon and will only shop on Amazon. And I suspect that will just carry on that way. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.